ask you, Laura, for some people, maybe they just can't get to an older adult center, or they can't access recreational facilities. Are there some online or YouTube guidance or some exercises that perhaps people could tap into when they want to?
I have the best thing for you, and it's on PBS. It's free. So hopefully people get PBS, which is out of Buffalo or Niagara Falls and Toronto and everything. 6 in the morning, there's a program called Classical Stretch.
Classical? Like
Stretch.
Classical music?
Yeah, classical stretch. So here in the center, this is, the lady's name is Miranda Esmond White. She is from Montreal, and she's developed a program. It's 22 minutes.
Wow.
22 minutes long, and you don't need any equipment. Some of them you go down to the floor, and with those ones I just do double on the first. But she does stretches. A lot of the things that I do, the leg routine, it's all from that program, and it's functional fitness. 22 minutes long. I PVR'd it, I've met her, so I have DVDs of hers as well. During COVID, the first Monday of COVID, thought, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sleep. I was teaching 4 classes a week. I wasn't going to sleep. If I don't exercise or I don't stretch, I don't sleep well. My muscles are going to hurt. I'm going to ache. I'm going to be tired. So I started doing this every day. And I actually did it for like 563 days, a year and a half. Every Christmas, New Year's, 22 minutes, between 10 and 22 minutes, depending on how much time I had. But it's a great routine to do at home, and it's super easy.
Is it better for you when your idea morning, afternoon, evening? Does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter. Don't do it after you've eaten. So the old adage about, you have a big Thanksgiving dinner and then you go for a walk, wrong. What happens when you eat is there's only so much blood in your body, and when you eat, the blood goes to your stomach to digest your food. But if you go for a walk, then you're taking the blood away from digesting your food into your muscles.
Oh.
If you walk before a meal, what happens is you burn your metabolism all of a sudden clicks in, and you burn calories better. Everything, the fuel you put in works better. So it just works really well. And then you have that chance to digest. Some people are morning people, and I find my co-ed folks are morning people. I never do yoga first thing in the morning because the yoga people are middle of the day. The chair-sized people are middle of the day. I did mine right before dinner. I'd prep my dinner, and I would do my exercises then, because that's the time of the day that I had to do it, that worked for me. So if it's not right after a meal, you're good. It's not recommended because your stomach needs the blood in your body to digest. So that's why you don't do heavy workouts, heavy exercise, or big walks right after meal. You should give time for the body to digest, because once you start moving, the blood then goes from your intestines and from your stomach into your legs, because you're walking. So blood travels into the legs. It leaves your stomach. You're not digesting anymore. So you could have acid reflux later on. I have IBS, so sometimes that flares up. If I have eaten a big meal and then I do too much, that will flare up then. So you're best to leave a little time or eat small meal and then do your walk, and then maybe come back and have an apple or something very healthy then.
Could you show a modified exercise for the shoulder, because they have a rotator cuff limitation?
Okay. Again, never into the pain. So you just go until it hurts. With rotator cuff, I'm going to take this off because you can see better. With rotator cuff and any shoulder injury, again, just don't keep injuring it. Don't put it into the pain range. Find a range that doesn't hurt. For rotator cuff, you kind of have to think if you had an apple here and this is just the rotator cuff. You're rotating from here. Watch my shoulder, and when I squeeze it in, look what happens to my shoulder. It kind of pops out. So you don't want to do that. You want it to be very neutral. So if you think of having an apple or an orange or a tennis ball right there, that's your rotator cuff. So you, again, work that gently. Any of the arm raises, when you're working any of the shoulder muscles, just work it in an area that works for it. A little bit of again, listen to your body. If you can find a place out here that doesn't hurt, you're just going to do a little in-socket rotation. You're not moving your shoulder. We're not going forward and back, but just a little in-socket rotation. And classical stretch, they do work the shoulders. They do arm work as well. So these are great ones that you can find there as well.
Is there any exercises for shoulder pain and tendinitis?
Again, you strengthen the muscles, the really small muscles in the shoulder, and you don't go into the pain range, as I said. So anything that you're doing, if you've got really bad shoulder issues, don't use heavy muscle weights, you know, arm weight, that sort of thing, rotation, movement, but keep moving. When they say frozen shoulder, sometimes it means that it hurts, so you didn't move it at all, and now it's frozen. So again, just keep moving it in a range that doesn't hurt, opening it up, just keeping that shoulder area lubricated.
How do you strengthen your upper inner arm muscle?
The tricep? Okay. So hand behind the head, just a gentle press, and it lengthens anything that lengthens it. Again, if you have shoulder impingement, you're just doing it here, and you're just gently pulling up. So again, anywhere anywhere you're not getting pain, find a range that doesn't hurt. But anywhere you're trying to stretch, you're just thinking of lengthening. So I know that as we age, we get, oh, I know it's bad under the arms. So it's working those, the one that we did, the pull down that we did, and the push out, and then here, that's working that tricep area. You can push back, it works that tricep area as well, and then a stretch out when you're done.